Do it live. We're back at it. It's Trump Taco Night, ladies and gentlemen. It's Trump Taco Night. Are you ready? Have you seen him? Tell me, have you seen him? Have you seen Taco Trump, ladies and gents? Shout out to everybody tuning in for the second live stream tonight. Wisdom Bar says my Mexican food is on the way. Some chorizo tacos and hueve con what the? Come on, man. What are you getting too fancy with it, man. You getting too fancy with it. Shout out to the immigrants putting in that work, though. Shout out to the legal immigrants. Not illegal, legal. You deserve your place in this wonderful land called America with 3 Ks. Like America. Hey. No, I'm just playing. But hope everyone's doing well. And I did send it. We might have some special guests come on tonight. Just as an FYI. We got about, we should be actually starting right now. Let's see what's going on. Have we started? Let's see if we are ready to go with the speech. Let's hit the live button. Seems like not quite yet. We on taco time right now. Hit the like button as you guys get in here. Alright, we're going to get this party started. Markets are kind of flat. We got the astronauts going to Mars. All this all on April's Fool's Day. Isn't there a coincidence? Did we see some correlation here? We allegedly are going to the moon today. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later on. I got my skeptical lenses on with that one. Who's the guest? Zay? Crypto. Zay. Bitcoin Zay, man. Do I have my? I don't know where my Bitcoin book is. Zay wrote years ago. No, it's not gonna be Zay. Not gonna be Zay. Let's see if we got this stream up yet, so we can see what Trump is gonna taco. What kind of taco he's gonna bring to us this evening? Is it chorizo? Is it chicken? All right, we on. Let's get it going.
God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those 4 unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening,
just talking about the astronauts.
1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's navy is gone. Their air force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them,
just lying, Trump.
Regime they led are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas. the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have. We're there to help.
Oh shit!
Our
Look,
allies.
Bitcoin
I want to provide
crashing
a
already.
tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran. Is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years.
But why? You got to ask why.
Proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs.
Why?
They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead.
Lies. That don't even make
These
sense.
terrorists who have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash. Took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had. Flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. They would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
You're right.
Beautiful B-2
No one's ever seen something so
magnificently.
epically
We totally obliterated
failure.
those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did. with the longest range possible, and they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight.
Just lying.
To prevent our children from
13
ever having
people?
to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this
Make
past
the
month,
number
I've traveled to
believable at
Dover Air
least.
Force Base.
God.
It's been something. I wanted to be with those
13
heroes
people.
as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers and neighboring countries.
But that's
that have
because we...
nothing to do
Oh,
with the
my...
conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration, and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They'd never imagined it. Remember, because of our drill of gas, we have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait, and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've
Trump, tell us something we
completely
ain't.
decimated
Tell us a lie we ain't heard,
They are
bro. Like,
decimated,
come on,
both
man.
militarily and economically and every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly
This is true,
come
crypto,
back
yo.
down.
This is true.
Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly.
Number one
They
supplier
came
of
down a
oil and
little bit,
gas.
but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great big beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the
Oil
next
started
2
to
3
tick
weeks.
on up, Brent.
We're going to bring
Brent
them
is
back
it's
Stone
breaking
Ages
out
where
to
they
the
belong.
upside.
In the meantime,
They smell the
discussions
bullshit.
are ongoing. Regime change was not
Here
our
we go.
goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made,
I'm
we
going to
have
answer
our
this
eyes
question.
on
Good
key
question. I'll
targets.
answer it after this.
If there is no deal, we
Trump
are going
speech.
to hit each and every one
Why
of
is
their
gas going up
electric
still? If
generating
we're the number one
plants very
supplier, I
hard and
will
probably
definitely go
simultaneously.
into detail on that.
We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated.
You
with
mean
the
all of
nuclear
our
bombs have
radar
been hit so
equipment
hard
in the area has
that it
been
would take
obliterated?
months to get near
Everything
the
you're saying, you just
nuclear
inverted,
dust.
ladies and gentlemen. This
And
is
we have
simple.
it
We're in
under
Algebra
intense
101
satellite
right now, ladies and
surveillance.
gentlemen. All right? I'm the teacher. I'm going to help you understand how to do this equation.
We'll hit them
1 over
with
Trump.
missiles
That's
very
all you
hard
got to
again.
do.
With all the cards
Invert.
down, it's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days.
Look at oil.
The Korean War lasted
It's
for 3
going
years,
through the
1
roof.
month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for
Scalpalytics
19
Pro.
years, 5 months, and 29 days.
You can trade oil
Iraq
right now with
went on
Scalpalytics
for
Pro.
8 years, 8
Check
months,
out
and
Bloodalytics.com.
28 days.
Sign
We are
up
in this
today
military operation
and purchase
so powerful, so brilliant against one of the most powerful
the
countries
crude oil,
for
Brent crude oil
32
package
days. And the country has been
on Bloodalytics.com,
eviscerated.
ladies and gents. Bloodalytics.com.
They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't believe the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter.
We don't have much left, brother.
Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
Oh my God.
Critter, what? I thought you were street smart, bro.
All right, ladies and gents. What you think about that? What do you guys think about that? That was a big nothing burger. I'm going to be honest with you. Absolute waste of time. Absolute waste of time. Let's get this out the way. I don't know what the hell this is. Get out of my face with that. Alright, so what do you guys think about what we just saw today, this evening? Absolute nothing burger. I think this is yet another attempt by Trump and his cabinet to essentially calm the markets. That's all it was. Because I have a hunch, I think they're going to go in on a ground invasion. So they're trying to get the markets up. It's not working anymore. We knew that on the last taco that happened over the weekend, going into Monday, I think. It didn't work, right? It didn't work. So it's not working now. Crude oil is pumping off of the speech. We started at 9 o'clock roughly. I have to give him credit for that. He wasn't on no color people time. I give him credit for that. I give him a little credit for not being on color people time. But just to give you an example, since his speech, oil has gone up 4%, ladies and gentlemen. 4%. Crazy, right? And the absolute denial of Trump's speech. Did not do anything to quell the markets, calm the markets. Nothing. Did the very opposite. So taco maneuvers are done. They don't work anymore. They don't work anymore. Now I just want to, there's a few things, and I really don't want to, go too far into this, because I mean a lot of this stuff is known. But I do have to just set the record straight on some stuff. Like I saw one guy, my guy, I haven't seen him in a while, THC to BTC. Shout out to him. He said, I tried to tell you he was trash. Now here's the thing, my friend. The Trump we see today is not the Trump I saw before he got into the cabinet. Even, I would even say, first 2 months. First month of his second term, he was getting shit done. He was closing borders. He was no wars and so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden, a complete 180. Now, either he fooled us or he's been fooled. Either one, I don't know, right? This is not the same Trump that I voted for. I'm just going to be honest with you. So, I wouldn't say you're right, but you're right for the wrong reasons. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I think you're right for the wrong reasons. But with that being said, you know, people talk about, and I hear politicians, both on the right and the left, they always talk about what Iran is, what they chant. What do they always say? Death to America, right? Death to America. But then you have to ask yourself, well, they just didn't pull out death to America out the ass from nowhere, right? They didn't just start hating us for no reason. You gotta put your critical thinking cap on, right? Couldn't be just death to America for absolutely no reason. They just woke up one day and said, we can't stand them blue-eyed devil Americans, right? Them blue-eyed Christian devil Americans. They didn't just say that. Why is it death to America? Well, let me tell you why. Let's go back down memory lane. Okay? We, in 1953, did something that we like to do quite often. CIA, Operation Ajax, as you guys can see, was a CIA MI6 orchestrated operation that overthrew Iran's democratically, I'm going to say that again, I'm going to highlight it, democratically elected prime minister, Mohammed I think it's Mossadegh or something like that. Mohammed Mossadegh, right? They democratically elected this guy, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we're all about liberating countries, freeing countries. Well, they had a free and liberated situation going on. But no. The belly of the beast, the devil himself, USA, had to go in there into Iran and pretty much get Mohammed, the prime minister at that time, got him up out of there. Right? Got him up out of there. And they instated what's called the Shah. All right? And the Shah was ruthless, man. They didn't want this guy. He killed so many people to stay in power. He was killing some of his opponents, his political opponents. He was getting them murdered. And this is literally from Google's AI, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't go to some far right Zero Hedge or Breitbart or something like that. I didn't do none of that. This is straight from, so you know, like, this is the watered down version. This is all I'm saying, right? So the UK sought to regain control of Iranian oil industry. It's always about oil. Do not let them lie to you. It's all about oil. Every time. So they wanted to get control of Iranian oil industry, while the U.S. feared Iran might fall to communism, which is a lie. Right? The operation known as Ajax by CIA and Operation Boot by the British intelligence MI6. CIA agent Kermit Roosevelt Jr. played a key role. Tactics: the operation involved orchestrating street protests, bribing newspapers. Sound familiar? Paying mobsters to create chaos. Sounding in Tehran. Sounding familiar? Outcome: well, Mossadegh was arrested and served time in prison, later dying under house arrest. They killed him. The Shah returned to power, granting over 40% of Iranian oil fields to the U.S. companies. There you go. This is why they screamed death to America. This is why it all started. It didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere. So you got to have everything in context, man. You just got to put everything in context. That's why they call death, scream death to America, man. We came in there. It's like someone coming over here. And who's the president we really loved? I mean, America really loved Obama when his first term. I mean, it was like first black president. Hope, whatever his slogan was, change is hope, or hope is change. I don't know, I forgot what it was, right? Everybody loved Obama. So while Obama was still in like the most favorable position before we really started to see his true colors, that's like someone coming from Iran, getting him up out of there, jailing him. Oh, like we just did in Venezuela. Pretty much like that. Let's call it the Venezuela done here in the United States. Are you gonna love Iran? Of course not. Of course not. So you got to understand the context under which Iran, and they're not the only ones, Iraq, That's a whole nother story. Won't really go down that rabbit hole tonight. But Iraq, the whole Desert Storm Iraq, you got to understand why they can't stand us over there. And why Iran didn't like Iraq. We funded Iraq in the 80s. We funded Iraq in the 80s, gave money, resources, weaponry, all that to Saddam Hussein to go into Iran. See, the apple of the Western neocon's eye is Iran. That is the last country they just got to take down. And they've been trying to do it for 40-something years. They've been trying to do it for 40-something years. So we funded Iraq, giving money to Saddam Hussein. They went into Iran, started a war, tried to overtake Iran, used chemical warfare. When they talk about Saddam Hussein is such a bad person, it's such a bad dictator, he used chemical warfare and all this and all that. Well, we actually funded and helped him create the chemical weapons that were used against Iran, killing 600,000 plus people. Like, it's sad, man. It's sad. And I think we're finally starting to wake up. Finally starting to wake up here in the West, or at least in the United States. We're starting to realize some of the history of what's going on. And that's why these lies don't work anymore. The lies that are being, spewed from Trump at the podium. The lies that were spewed from Biden when he did have some cognitive abilities. All of that, we're starting to finally realize is all nonsense. So again, we have oil ripping up over 5% since Trump started and stopped his speech that absolutely told us nothing. Told us absolutely nothing. Now, to get to some of these points, these comments, hit the like button, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Special live stream we're doing tonight. Got a decent amount of people in here, so let's get those likes up. Crypto Yo said, did he just say they flew billions of physical cash over there? So yes, Obama did send pallets of $100 bills, billions, to Iran. He did. He absolutely did. Don't know what he was trying to accomplish there, but it ultimately ended up helping them create the system that is putting belt to ass to us right now. Ironically enough. Isn't that the craziest thing? The billions that he sent over there on pallets are the billions that have been used to build the weapons that are doing belt to ass to us right now. Brit VR says he gave them their own money back, which I didn't like. Correct. So what's worse? We giving them direct cash or allowing them to create cash and a revenue stream for themselves? Trump, I would argue Trump's move was worse. He literally lifted the sanctions. I mean, if I'm looking at it from a neocon Western point of view, right? He lifted the sanctions on Iran, allowing them to essentially create a new revenue stream of billions of dollars a month for their country. From a Western standpoint, that's worse. That's a worse move. Now, I think that's great. We shouldn't be sanctioning them. We shouldn't be trying to tell them you shouldn't have any ballistic weapons. Like, what? Dude, this is a sovereign nation. You can't go around the world telling people they can't have missiles. Now they can't even have missiles. Why? So they can't even defend themselves against what's happening right now? That's exactly why they need missiles. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably why they have, if not already, they have enough uranium at 90% enrichment to create nuclear bombs. Now it's Trump he didn't really messed up. He didn't really messed up. So now, I personally think they probably got enough enriched uranium at 90% to make bombs. It only takes 2 weeks. So they had 60%, which was allowed, by the way. That was an allowed amount by the international bodies and everything. They can have up to 60%. So it wasn't like they were going outside the, what they were being told to do by massa. By massa in them. But it only takes 2 weeks to get from 60 to 90. And you damn sure better know, since being sucker punched twice in the last month, the first time was last year, but sucker punched again this year, a month ago, you better know for sure they are enriching or have the capacity to make nuclear weapons. So at this point, it's going to be no more of this bullying on, picking on the little guys. Why aren't we trying to help and free the overly oppressed people of North Korea? I wonder why. Oh, I know why. Because they have nuclear bombs. That's why. So it's really never about actually the people. It's more about what you can do to the people. The U.S. has been going around for so long doing whatever they want to the people. One of the worst things that could have happened was Trump being able to go into Venezuela and kidnap the sitting president and his wife and bring them back to the United States for trial. That was the worst thing that could have happened, because that gave Trump a false sense of superiority to the point where he literally thought he could do the same thing to Iran, a country of 90, almost 100 million people. They ain't never back down, and they never will. And somehow, for some reason, he had the hubris to believe he could do a Venezuela in Iran. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Shout out to Loke Nasty. He's in the building. Hyben says Trump is going to pull a 2022 Biden trick on using SPR to lower the oil prices near the midterms. Well, I think he was a part of the international coalition that released 400,000 or 400 million. I'm not sure, 400,000 or 400 million barrels of oil a week or two ago. So that took a knock on our SPR reserves. He's probably using it now, to be honest with you, a little bit here and there. So by midterms, he's not going to have any. Or he's going to have to use it way before the midterms. So it's one of the other, right? I don't think that's going to really help him by midterms. It's going to be way worse than it is right now. Hyben says, also, do you see the refuel plane photos that they said didn't get shot down? It definitely looked shot down to me. Yeah, oh yeah. That plane got shot down for sure. The lies are, and it's, listen, it's understandable that both countries will lie to a certain extent, but the lying that's going on the United States side is so diabolical. It should be concerning. Like, you don't want to just come out and let your enemy know what happened, what's official, whatnot. You got to have a little delay. So I can understand lying about certain things in the fog of war. You want to be strategic with it, how you communicate. However, saying that we've only lost 13 people is a slap in the face to the American families of the soldiers that have passed. It's a slap in the face. We all know we've lost way more than 13 people. Like, I'm hearing numbers upwards of 1,000. 1,000 already gone. American soldiers gone. Hope only worked for Obama. What's going on, AI Griff? What's the word, man? What's the word? He said woke blood preaching. Hotep, brother. Hotep. Ashe. Nah, brother. Ashe. This war was started from Iran proxies in Gaza going into Israel and killing 1,200 people. Not at all. Way before that. So now that I look back on everything, bro, now I'm putting everything together. It's like the usual suspect, the unusual suspect movie. Now I'm able to pinpoint. I'm looking at the board. I'm seeing everything was going on. So now this was planned. This was planned in Trump's first term. This was actually planned in Trump's first term. He was going to do this in his first term or going into a second term. He knew at his second term he was going to try to go ahead and go in and take over Iran. This did not start with October 7th or whatever date it was, right? That was not when it started, and it you know, one has to think about how Israel. You gotta remember, Mossad is a sneaky organization. They play chess. They definitely might be playing 4D chess. They might be playing 4D chess. You gotta think and wonder, with an Iron Dome 3-layered system and all these David Sling-a-ding-a-lings and this and that, and how they didn't stop those individuals from parachuting into Israel or into Gaza or whatever, right? You gotta wonder. I believe they let them come through. I believe they initiated, and I have no evidence of this. This is just me critically thinking. I think Bibi and the Mossad probably kind of riled up, because we just saw, I just showed you guys, this is their modus operandi. This is what they do. This is what they do. All right, I'm gonna go back up here and show you. They orchestrate street protests, paying mobsters to create chaos. This is what they do. So I believe they created chaos amongst Hamas and got them riled up and put the plan together and had them come in and that initiated. But this started well before. It started in, you could say, in Trump's first term. Mike says here, Trump has to lie if he wants to have any chance during midterms. Not gonna work, bro. Not gonna work. He's done. Because he thought that this was going to be a war that was an operation, not even a war. He thought it was going to be an operation like Venezuela. Hey, Blood, I'm a Trump fan, but look on YouTube for the Hitler speech to English, and it sounds just like a Trump speech. It's actually scary. Who are we really in the United States? A bottom's still in, and bottom's still in, he says, talking about Bitcoin. Nah, I don't know, brother. Let's actually take a look at Bitcoin, because we've been monitoring oil. Oil really did make a nice little pop there. Brent made a pop during and after sustaining the levels. This is Scalpalytics Pro for Brent crude that is now available, ladies and gents. FYI, shameless plug. Brent crude parameter pack is now available for Scalpalytics Pro. So sign up tonight. But if we take a look at Brent, we got a nice pop. 5% pop on Brent. Look at that. Look at that. The formation that I said it would happen. Said I don't think we're going to get too much higher. If we do, gentleman was asking about shorting. I said you can put your stop above 71 if we get up there, but I felt like we were heading this way. I was not too, especially I wanted to wait after this Trump speech to see what was going on. So Trump speech pretty much printed a bearish signal because he didn't tell us anything. He didn't tell us anything. We're gonna end the war in a couple weeks, maybe, possibly. Nothing. So we're on week 5. Leaving up to Pete Hegseth, this war was over 3 weeks ago. I just wonder. I'm literally interested every time. I'm interested to see what they're saying next. The next day, like what is Pete Hegseth going to say tomorrow? Because we're on week 5, and you got 50,000 troops surrounding the Middle East. That don't sound like winding down. That sounds like escalating up. Hyman says this was planned in his first term. Remember when Iran and the U.S. was striking each other? Iran was warning our ground troops where they were going to strike so we could have time to get out of the way. Yes, and that's what I'm talking about. So remember, Hyman, we killed Qasem Soleimani or whatever his name was, right? He was like their brilliant military director, chief, or whatever position he was. He was high ranking in the military. We killed him, blew him to smithereens. Him and his guy, his right hand man, blew him to smithereens. Trump didn't start a war. He executed. Boom. That was it. Nothing more. As you stated, Iran gave us a warning that they were going to throw some missiles our way as a kind of show of retaliatory response, so they didn't look weak in the eyes of their people. Listen, Iranians let's not get fooled by the U.S. Western propaganda. Iranians are highly educated, more educated than us. If you didn't know that, the literacy rate in Iran is like 90%. Let's go for shits and giggles. Let's go ahead and do this. What's the literacy rate in Iran? Your boy Crypto Blood, man. I'll be honest. 89 to 92%. Adult literacy rate 89 to 92%. Youth literacy rate 97 to 99%. Now you know what I'm about to do, right? I don't even know this. I just want to. I didn't research this or anything. %. But listen to this, over half of U.S. adults, 54%, read below a 6th grade level. I'm going to say that again. Over half of the U.S. adults, 54%, read below a 6th grade level. The jig is up, my friends. The jig is up. Hey, Griff, I can't read that. What's that mean? Oh man. UAE said they are about to enter the war, and UAE is about to get started. And our poor friend, great BTC, is, man, I've been telling this Negro to go back to Africa for I don't know how long, but his ass won't go. His ass won't go. And you know, I don't want to have to be wearing a RIP shirt. I really don't want to wear a RIP shirt for my boy Great BTC. If you're watching right now, take your ass back to the motherland, my friend. Take that green, ugly green, Houston, Texas looking interior car and drive your ass back to the motherland, my friend. Anything for clicks, will you tell them, please? Will you tell them? Take your ass back to the motherland. Look at this. Look at Gray. With that interior color, you should be calling yourself Green BTC. You missed everything, man. You missed everything. The roasting session just getting started, so you might be on time, my friend. I see, but you're free to read or not to read. Crypto Blood, those aren't good American facts. No, they're not, man. They're not. Buck Buchanan said yes because people are stupid. They got us stupid on purpose, bro. We're not stupid. They systematically have made us uneducated. We're so far behind. We got to wake up, ladies and gents, because the jig is up here in America. The jig is up. The jig is up. Well, we got BTC. We got Gray BTC. His new name is Green. Green BTC. I'm about to change his name right now, ladies and gents. I'm about to just go ahead and change his name while I got it up. Let me go ahead and change his name. Anything with clicks, go ahead and screen capture this. Green BTC. Green is up here telling us he's dining, having fine dining over in Dubai. This is Dubai on a Monday night. The haters in mainstream media would like to make you believe that it's a ghost town. Don't believe such lies, Habibi. Come to Dubai. Hey, who going? You going? Alright, hit me up when you get there. Why oil pump? What Trump said? He said absolutely nothing. He didn't give us anything of relevance. That's why oil pump, because yet again we've been tricked by another. I haven't been tricked. I knew it was going to be nonsense. The markets were tricked yet again by another taco, chorizo taco, with a little salsa and guac on the side. I work with a few 20-year-olds at Walmart that cannot read an analog clock. Goodbye. You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me. That should be a requirement on the interview. They should be like, can you read this? Can you read this? If they can't read the clock, you're not getting the job, my friend. You're not getting the job. Yeah, so it's the markets aren't reacting well. We got Scalpalytics Pro on crude oil going Duffy. I'm gonna start trading this myself. I'll have my affiliate link set up. There are a few crypto exchanges that now allow you to trade crude, so I'll have this up and running. A partnership I'm working on right now, so we'll have that cracking very soon for my parameter pack for Brent crude oil on the 1 minute. It's going crazy, baby. Zero F's. Side note, pregnancy test was fake. Huh? Is your lady playing military mind games on you, bro? What do you mean the pregnancy test was fake? What do you mean? You just told us earlier you were with child. Trump warned eliminating electric grid if no deal. Keep your cash on hand and DCA on the way down. There you go, bro. I met a 20-year-old who could not count coins. Goodbye. You gotta be kidding me, man. We can't be like this. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, Happy New Year. Bruh got April Fool. You're the daddy. Yeah. No, but I know you're a dude, but that's the same. You know when your lady has a baby, don't you say we're pregnant? We're with child. That's what I thought. That's what you say. I know you're a dude. Yeah, you got April Fool, bro. She did that's a cruel one. You got a cold-blooded you got a cold-blooded lady, man. She hit you with the April Fool on the birth pregnancy joint on April Fools, man. That's crazy work. Absolutely crazy work. So yeah, oil spiked on the news of Trump tacoing. I don't even think it's not a taco. It's a pump fake. It was a pump fake taco Wednesdays. Trump actually did not chicken out. We have Bitcoin slamming back below the downward trend line. If we get a close of if we get a close of like 3 or 4 candles, I would say 6 candles below this trend line, we most likely will end up rolling over. We'll most likely end up rolling over like that and tapping that line right there. Not saying we break it, but that probably will be the rollover into Good Friday. We do have some economic news coming out on Good Friday that we need to pay attention to. So Friday we have non-farm employment change and unemployment rate coming out on Good Friday, which is I think is an abbreviated trading day. So that will be interesting. But my hunch is, I'm gonna be honest with you. My hunch is Trump might be putting boots on the ground this Easter weekend. That's what my hunch is. Zero Fucks got taco. Yeah, you got taco, Zero. You got taco, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy. I work with 40 or so kids from 16 to 22, and they are something else. Hyman, is he being serious about the baby thing? Or yeah, I think he's serious. Zero F's is serious. You'd be surprised how many people can't read a watch, if not digital. April Fool's is today. Yeah, I know. I think didn't he tell us earlier in the stream that he found out he was pregnant today? Or he was just telling us today. I don't know. Trump April Fooled us today. He trolled us hard. You ain't lying. He trolled us and the markets. Our markets closed on Monday? I believe so. In observation of Easter Sunday. Let's double check though. I believe so though. Good question, prospect. I think it is. I don't know, bro. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Monday is bank holiday for the Swiss, the Euro, and the UK. But not the great Christian country of America. because we got ISM services PMI coming out on Monday at 10:30. I don't think they would drop that if the markets weren't open. I don't know. It was a double shit test to see his reaction to pregnancy. April Fools was the excuse. Damn, we really screwed. Gonna have to cut some of my strippers. Yes, you're gonna have to cut some of my strippers. Did you watch Artemis 2 launch today? No, but my daughter called me laughing because she knows I wear a tinfoil hat, and I told my daughter, don't believe the hype. Astronauts are not going to the moon, and if they do, you'll never see them again in your life. Because you know why? And that's a good segue into our next segment and final little talk for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, ladies and gents. We got a lot of people in the building in this live stream. We need to get those likes up. Check this out. So this is why I don't think the astronauts are actually they're either not going to the moon, or they're going to get killed on the way to the moon, or they're going to get killed while at the moon. You only got those three options in my book. The first option is that they're not going to the moon is because we can't get through the Van Allen belt. In my opinion, I'm not a subject matter expert on this at all, but the Van Allen belt, let me just show you a picture if you guys don't know. It is a highly radioactive field. It's like a donut. You can see here. It's like a donut that encapsulates the Earth. And it's basically a radioactive field that goes from North Pole, South Pole, and wraps around, right? From my understanding, we can't get through this. We can't get through this Van Allen belt. The radiation levels are so high that it would firstly fry all electrical equipment unless it was highly encapsulated, which are satellites, and we have some of those satellites that have gone way out into the solar system and stuff. That's different. There's no humans in that. But to get through it with humans in there, Kim possible, ladies and gentlemen. Kim possible. Oh, they're throwing. I told her that they're throwing everything at the wall to make you not think about those Epstein's lists. I'm telling you that. That's what's really going on. They're throwing everything at the wall. Next, they're gonna give black people reparations. I mean, what's next? What's next? Jesus coming back? They're gonna throw everything at the wall this go round. They don't want you thinking about the Epstein files for nothing. D-Born says they can get through the Van Allen if the others on the other side open up the portal. All right, now we got the tinfoil. We going strong tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know nothing about opening the portal, pause, but maybe you might be right. But from my understanding, we can't get through, and so the only way we can get through the Van Allen belt is to orbit into Earth, circle around a couple times, then go up the middle, either the North Pole or South Pole. We exit from there and circumvent this whole area. So we shoot up from here and circumvent the whole Van Allen belt altogether to get to the moon. But they never say anything about making that maneuver. They act like we just shoot out into space, circle around a couple times, and then shoot out to the moon. I don't know, man. Well, you guys let me know. Y'all gotta let me know what's really going on here. So the Van Allen belt is the reason why I don't think they're going to get to the moon. But we'll see. We will see. I did hear something about astronauts. They were asked about alien life, and they made some hint that possibly finding something on the moon. I don't, man. There's so much information. It's such an informational war going on right now, just to keep you off them Epstein files. I'm trying to tell y'all. This war, astronauts going to the moon, Easter Sunday. I don't know, man. Let's see what because they're going to be politically correct. So I know what they're going to say, but let's just go ahead and ask AI. All right, we're going to go ahead and ask AI. Can humans get through this belt? Only thing getting through is math. So Bitcoin isn't going to the moon then? I don't think so. All right, so here's the politically correct answer. I give you both sides. Yes, humans can safely pass through the Van Allen radiation belt, and they have done so multiple times. While the radiation levels are high enough to be lethal, if someone stayed inside them for days, they are not a wall of instant death. NASA and other space agencies use three main strategies to ensure astronaut safety. One being speed. Spacecraft travel through the belt at high speeds, around 24,000 miles per hour. Trajectory. Missions are planned to avoid the densest, most radioactive heart of the inner belt by flying through the thinner, weaker regions at a high inclination, exposing or exposure is where exposure is significantly reduced. Shielding. The aluminum hull of the spacecraft and internal equipment provided enough protection to block most of the harmful particles during the transition. Astronauts also stay in the most protected part of the cabin. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Okoro says we can get through no problem, minimum exposure. All right, Okoro. If you want to believe it, bro. And I'm not a flat earther. I believe the earth is what is it called? Oblique. What shape is the earth? It's not round. Oblate spheroid. It's an oblate spheroid. So I believe the earth is oblate spheroid. I ain't going that far. But I have my suspicions about this Van Allen belt. I'm just saying. Only last human to make it through was Chuck Norris. Of course Chuck Norris. Chuck might be Jesus Christ. We might see him on Sunday. Who knows? He might come back like, oh, bad motherfucker. Again, anything to keep our eyes off the Epstein files. I am not putting anything past anyone or any organization at this point. They're going to keep our eyes off of the prize. I don't think we can get out of our shell that's around us. Though Obama sent them was their own money. U.S. confiscated. Oh, and Randy's saying that Obama sent them their own money. I thought we confiscated their money after that, but I could be wrong, Randy. You could be right. I could be wrong. Why didn't they just wire it then? Why did they have to send it in cash, pallets? It's a little suspicious to me. Oh, why? If it was that if that was the case, you would have just, it was already confiscated within the what do you call it? The Swift system, right? Our interbanking or international banking transfer system. You would have just been able to swift them over their money instead of bringing pallets of cash over. That's a little suspicious to me. I don't know. Maybe they wanted it all big face. Big face blue dollar bills, baby. Big face hundreds. So yeah, guys, we got a nothing burger. Actually, we got worse than a nothing burger. We got more lies from Trump and no real solution or path to ending this war. It's actually escalating as we speak. The Iranians came out and said, and you know, at least they do this. They, unlike the small hats, they give you warning on, you know, what they're about to do. So they came out and told all of the major corporations in the Middle East, get your folks out of the buildings because we about to go ham. So they say they're about to bomb Google, Cisco, who else? It's a whole list. Google, Cisco, maybe it was Oracle, Google, Oracle, Meta, all the Mag 7. All the Mag 7s getting the Mag to their back. So the war is definitely escalating. Markets are not believing what Trump didn't say. Basically, they were looking for something substantial, and we got absolutely nothing. We're gonna roll over, like you see how my drawings. You know, I drew this before this all played out. Just go look at my past streams from last week. You'll see this is to a T. We're about to do exactly this as well and head back down to this orange line, or really October's pivot at $63,000 Bitcoin, and we may get another bounce from there. Just depends on what geopolitical headlines come out over the next few days. We'll see. Monday, I thought this Monday was going to be brutal. Trump kicked it. Didn't put boots on the ground last weekend. Probably going to do it this weekend. We'll see. But whatever weekend he decides to put boots on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, that will be a Black Friday for certain. Brit VR said, do you remember a national television? The military said they took down 3 UFOs about 3 years ago. One of my relatives worked for FAA and said the military took down another UFO over coast of California. I have not heard anything about this. I know that where's that Catalina Island over there in the Bay Area, I believe. Is Catalina Island in the Bay Area, or is that in LA down further? At any rate, Catalina Island, high activity for UFOs. Like big time. Cash is easier to fund terrorism. Probably, right? Definitely right. Not probably. You're right on that one. 0 Fs. I have always wondered what NASA meant when they answered the question, why don't we go back to the moon? They said years ago we lost the technology. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, bro. You lost the technology? Nonsense, right? So it's just very interesting that we are going back allegedly on April Fool's Day, right during the Epstein scandal. Wouldn't be surprised if the Brittany Griner trade for the Lord of War was for weapons for shit going on now. That's funny. 250th birthday and midterms on the calendar. Something to consider when investing. Catalina Island is in SoCal. Okay. So it's in Southern California. But at any rate, yeah, high activity around Catalina Island from what I understand. Big time. Big time. All right, guys. That's it for the special stream. I will check you guys out tomorrow. I think I'll be streaming at 11. Do I have anything to do? I don't think so. I think I'll be streaming at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so come back and join me for the trades. We're doing it live, powered by Bloodalytics, of course. Bloodalytics.com. Link in the description below. Or scan the QR code you see on the screen right now to join the team, and you get a free. It's a twofer. You get Scalpalytics Pro signal on TradingView. Don't need to upgrade or anything. And you get the free parameter pack for Zcash, which is spanking. Slapping, man. Slapping. So check that out. Again, scan that QR code you see on the screen or click the link in the description below. Until next time, I'm out of here, people. Holla.
My money keep growing. Your girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. Loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around your clap, for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.